to you on Hugo on this very, very cold morning. But it's fairly early in the morning, so hopefully it's going to warm up a bit over time. I was actually here just before 7 o'clock. It's now about 7:30, quarter to 8. So well, I was going to say the sun is out, but no, the sun's not out. But at least we've got some daylight. I couldn't even see my feet this morning, so that was very interesting. But before we crack on, just to get warmed up and give us a chance to finish the coffee before we get started, I'm just going to take you in Tony's greenhouse, as you can see there, and explain the title. Well, it is moderately warmer in here, although it's still freezing though. But at least I can almost sit. It's very cramped, you know, as you can see I'm against the unit, but I can sit, so that's quite nice. Outside there's just no way. It's the sitting on the stones like that is just way too cold. I'm really looking forward to actually get my table and chairs. I was looking at a way to change my approach at seating, but unfortunately my new approach at seating will be standing up because there's not really much space in here either. Anyway, back to what we were talking about. And I will try to just scratch the paint on this because I don't want to bore you with the fine details, and mostly because you will see how things evolve anyway if you stick around. So yes, the vlogs are stopping. The vlogs are stopping doesn't mean that the channel is stopping. This is the last vlog, as I've been doing it for so many months now. But it's not the right approach for me, and I've been thinking about this for quite a while now, I must say. There's time of the year where, like now, what I'm going to be doing after is just weeding, and you will be seeing a lot of weeding again today. But it needs done. Is it interesting? No. But then the problem is, if I'm not releasing that kind of content, then I'm not releasing anything. As a content creator on YouTube, if you're not releasing a video pretty much weekly, if not every 5 days, then the algorithm forget about you and make you pay for it. And in August, when I had this break, I really felt the difference when I came back, and it really took a lot of, well, I was going to say a lot of time, not really a lot of time, but a few videos and a nice boost as well with the collaborations to bring me back to my regular viewings. And although I'm doing this for fun, I'm really doing this for fun, it's quite disheartening when, you know, you spend a lot of time doing this, recording, editing, thinking about simply a thumbnail and a title description. It takes an awful lot of time to then end up with hardly anyone viewing it, and yeah, it's not motivating. But I will not mention her name because I'm not sure if she's happy to be mentioned, and I will absolutely give her credit for it if she's happy for me to mention it. But I've been working for a few weeks now with someone who's been coaching me. I think we can call that coaching me, and has been helping me asking myself the right question about my channel and what I would like to see my channel to be. And it sounds very simple and something that I should have been doing on my own, but it's a different story when someone asks you the question. The vlog is a nice idea, and in some sense it will stay. I think some of you are actually interested in following the journey of Guy on plot 14, although I'm on plot 15 just now, but you know what I mean. Ultimately, what I want to show you guys is not a plot looking like a dumping ground with things all over the place, with weeds growing, and basically you guys catching up every week to see how tall those weeds have grown. What I want to show you is a plot that's working, a plot that's nice to look at, and a regular ear on the plot. Anyway, I've blabbered enough for now. I think it's time to get some work done because I'm certainly not getting any warmer in here. But yeah, just basically the vlogs as you see them, like this vlog is finished, it's the last one, and we say farewell to this format. But I will still be keeping in touch on the life of the plot and the greenhouse and what's happening in here, in very much in a video journaling way. But it's not gonna be every week. I'm gonna aim for every 2 weeks, 3 weeks. It just depends what's happening. It's not gonna be as regular. There will certainly be regular videos, and I'm actually ultimately, and I don't think it's gonna happen until probably early 2026. Gosh, yeah, early 2026. I'm lost in my years. But I'm actually gonna aim for 2 videos a week, roughly. Or at least a video every 4 to 5 days at that point. So there's going to be actually more regular content, but the content will be more meaningful, more relevant, more interesting to watch at, and probably a bit shorter as well, which I'm sure some of you, if not all of you, will actually enjoy. Anyway, the coffee's cold, me too. Let's crack on. So I think the first job for today is to, well, the first and probably the only job for today is to clear up the plot. So this is what we are dealing with just now. This is end of the season, and it looks even worse. That the leaves are starting to fall down from the trees. I'm gonna have to sort out this section as well, because there at the back I've got raspberry canes, which actually I need to chop down and I need to pull out of the ground. So thing is, I don't really want to pull the sunchokes out because they're not quite ready to come out, but I might have to I need to do something anyway, because it's really impacting on the leeks down there, and obviously they're lying down since the last storm. But then the rope that I've got with me is definitely not strong enough to pull them up. I'm just gonna just kind of tie it there and then just kind of wrap around a few times, try to pull it towards here, but I don't think it's gonna work, so I might have to just leave this like that and then cut the canes a bit later. All this is good to go. All this needs to be weeded. All this is good to go. The courgettes are good to go as well. I've got, I think, the last 2 courgettes there, and they're not particularly pleasant looking, although one of them is not too bad. But it's definitely the end. Not everything. I'm not too far off. I'm probably just give or take an hour extra to finish this bit, but unfortunately I'm running out of time for today. I've got things to do. That's the joy of the school holidays as well. Obviously I've got the kids at home, so I can't really spend all day here, unfortunately. But I've cleared enough here, so I've got space to grow my onions and garlic. But right now I'm decently happy with this. Obviously there's a lot more work. As I've mentioned, I'll be back on Saturday. I'll finish this up and plant the onions and garlic, because that's the top priority. Then I'll move up to this area where the strawberries are, which I need to relocate as well, and then I'll focus on the rest. So you can see here the first compost bay is now in use, and it's very, very exciting. I'm trying not to go too mad with it. I've made a wee pile. I'll try to show you from down here. I've tried to make a wee pile in the middle, so I still have access all around to paint the panels. Once it's done, once I've got the things painted and the mesh put down, although I don't know if I'm going to put mesh, to be fair. It's not entirely necessary, to be honest. So now I'm thinking, you know, it's might not be worth wasting my time on this, but I don't know. I'm still torn about this one. But yeah, anyway, once this is done, then I can knock the pile a bit and spread it out so it's not as tall as it actually looks. As like halfway up just now, but obviously once I knock it all down and level it all around, well, it's probably going to be like down to round about here instead of being here just now, you know, so it's quite a difference. Welcome back on the plot. It's only been a couple of days actually, and I must say it actually feels slightly strange because, well, in the past couple of months I've been so busy. I've literally managed to come maybe once every week, once every 10 days or so. Coming twice same week is just a bit strange, but it needs done. It needs done because we have some planting to do. Right. Went to steal Tony's rig because I forgot I emptied the van, and obviously I still don't have any tools in here because I don't have anywhere to store them. And I usually have all my tools in the van, but I've emptied the van today, well, yesterday, and I completely forgot to grab a rake with me today. So thanks, Tony. The ground's been topped up. I've not done the whole area. I'm leaving a bit of a space because I'm going to turn this over anyway, so I don't want to mess it up, and mostly I don't want to end up picking that fresh compost and putting it in the compost pile while I'm turning this over, so there's no point to come too close in contact. Same on that side, but mostly I'm kind of hoping that I should have enough space to do everything. Not 100% sure, but we'll see. Right, but before we get started, I thought I'm going to show you what I'm actually planting, because you don't even know what I'm planting. So I'll start with the garlic. So this year I'm doing a different one. I usually do germidor. I've got fairly decent results with the germidor. Last year wasn't, well, the one that I harvested earlier this year wasn't great, but because I had to harvest them a bit too early, and to be fair, they were not in the best soil, and you know, that was just a bit rushed. But obviously germidor has always been my staple. But the past couple of years I've been moderately happy with them. So I've done quite a lot of research, and I decided to go this year for Salt Top. And unfortunately I feel one that's already soft there. I went for Salt Top. So Salt Top is a hardneck garlic, and the reason I'm going for hardneck, so hardneck, soft neck, you know, the difference between the two, well, I suppose the main difference is, because there's really two main differences, is the soft neck will have a lot more cloves but smaller, and also, if done properly, if dried properly and stored properly, it will store a lot longer than the hard neck. The hard neck have bigger bulbs, bigger cloves, but then therefore less cloves. But it also has the scapes, you know, the stalk and then the flower head, which is edible. Lovely in a stir fry. So it's like double use. When they start bolting, I would say, chop that off and then you can use that, and then later on you can harvest them. They don't store as well, but they're much more flavorful. Now in terms of onions, I always go, and you might be able to see here, I don't know if you can read though. When I do onions, I always do the classic yellow onions in spring, in autumn, sorry, and the red onions in spring, Red Baron. And I was doing the same this year, so I got I think I went for Shakespeare this year. Yes, it's again a new one, but I'm still trying to find the right variety for me, and I'm still not quite there at finding the right, in terms of flavor, in terms of storage, and all that. I have not yet found the onion that I want to grow. So I'm gonna try Shakespeare again. Done a fair bit of research on this, fell down the rabbit hole on this, and I went for Shakespeare. So we'll see what they're like. And then I went to the shop and I found those electric red onions, and it says excellent flavor, and it's an autumn planting. So you know what, I'm gonna give them a try. We've got basically double that, by the way. So I've got 2 bags. I've got 4 of them. I've got 2 in there, and I've got 2 bags. So I don't know if I'm gonna get to plant everything in here, because now that I'm looking at the space, it's a bit tight. But we will try. Oh, what a miserable day. Right, so I've got the rest of the onions, which I'm gonna plant up, and I also have got myself, I was forced to go to IKEA last week, so I made the most of it and got myself a nice wee Bluetooth speaker. So there you go. When I'm here, actually, it might even fit down there because I've cleared the space a bit more in here. So there you go, I've got my wee Bluetooth speaker, which is waterproof as well. So, I think I've paid a tenner for that, so I can't really complain. Right, what have I been up to? A lot, actually. I am refusing to go out, so you will have to look through the window. So I brought some pallets in here, so I'm gonna use those for the plunge and for another project, which I'll explain. And I've started breaking them up. You've got one right there and some bits of wood in here. I've started breaking those up. I've even went to the extent of keeping the nails that are looking okay, because I don't want to spend much money at all. So obviously I'll reuse as much as I can. But yeah, I've started breaking those pallets apart a bit this morning, but then it doesn't look like it, but it's actually pretty heavy, the rain. So yeah, break. Right, what else can I show you in here? I got myself 5 red currants, which I have paid, as you can see, clear off half price, $2.75 each. So I don't think I could go wrong with that. Oh yeah, I got myself a wee tray as well there behind. I don't even know which one to take away to show you, but yeah, there at the back, basically there's a tray for my bits and bobs, and that's why it's a lot clearer and neater in here. But anyway, that's not the subject just now. $2.75 each. So yeah, I'm quite chuffed with that. Obviously, I'm gonna have to get them planted in the ground. This is gonna be mentioned in a minute. Anyway, in terms of here, so yeah, more bulbs I'll explain in a minute. and more strawberries. So at this point I'm really getting the fruit area prepared. Obviously it's that time of the year, you know. And yeah, I was visiting some friends at their community garden at the weekend, and they were doing a plant sale, and they had some of their runner of strawberries. So I bought 10 of them, I think. And obviously they know that I'm taking part in the Spring Bowl show at the Cali. And very nicely they told me, well, if all your bulbs fail, this one will work. As you can see, this one's called Bob. So I've got 3 bulbs in here. I'm not exactly sure what variety they are, but they will go in the plunge with the rest of them. But right now what is happening is we are this Ben, there we go. We are going to plant those onions in pots or modules. I'm not actually exactly sure how I'm going to do this. Let me see. Right, after carefully looking at this, I've decided to make a change. I think I've got 32. I forgot the number already anyway. But yeah, so those ones are 24. The big tray is 54. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yes, 6 of them. So 54. Obviously those ones are 24, so I've got 48. I only have 32. It's a lot of number, but my thought is I can easily put those ones in there, and that means that I can dispatch them about as and when, although they probably will be going out just before I get the first, well, not before I get the first planting, sorry, before I need to clear some space. The first planting will be done up here, and they will not go, they will go down there. So yes, that's what we are doing. I've got some leftover of that compost which I made for the bulbs, which I'm going to use because it's very draining. So very straightforward, and I'm afraid this is the only angle you will get because I stupidly forgot to charge the GoPro. So yeah, no GoPro footage for you today. So I'm gonna just fill those up. Also, I'll fill them both, even though I'm not gonna use the full amount, or all the spaces, I mean. That is just making it a bit easier to just drag everything into place like this. And voila! So, just the same that we've done before, the allotment, we're going to plant them to the neck. I chose the worst one probably because this one's got the thing fell off. There you go. So plant them to the neck, just the neck popping out. Just like that. Up. And rinse and repeat. Right, and after a fair bit of musical chairing, although I'm not finished, I need to put those ones in here as well, but we'll do this off camera afterwards. After a fair bit of musical chairing, I'm finally pretty much sorted in here. Tray is fairly clean. I've cleared the space there, moved the fruit shrubs on that side. The onions are down there. We are not too bad. I will be back next week. You're not getting rid of me so quickly. I will be back next week with not 1, but 2 videos, which are brand new bits of content on the channel. So stay tuned, and I hope you will enjoy the content, and I hope that you have enjoyed this last vlog 38, and I hope to see you next week. Take care. Bye.